Just a few of the anime villains we love and love to hate. Anime heroes are great, but they're even better when they facing off against enemy villains. The baddies of our favorite shows can be scary, murderous, scheming, or in some cases, just plain silly, and when they are at worst. They are at the best. It was just a few of the wicked characters I'd love to see. Some operate solo, other works in teams. Which ones are your favorites? Isabella from The Promised Neverland. From the moment you see her towering over Emma in the early moments of The Promised Neverland, you know Isabella, aka Mom, will be a force to be reckoned with. Like some of the best anime villains, there's complexity to her motivation. She's not just here to be wicked and make life difficult for our heroes. In fact, she's got a lot more invested in the goings on of the show than first advertised. Motivations or not, she has some downright terrifying monologues. In particular, we keep thinking of her talk with Emma out of the forest late in season 1. That she keeps her cool is intimidating enough, but the words itself themselves are chilling. The Diobrando gang from Yatterman. Not all anime villains are deep and complex, some are just ridiculous, and that's why we love them. Take the Diobrando gang from Yatterman, led by Doronjo. The trio travel around the world, searching for skullstones or skull rings if you're watching the updated version. Our heroes, known as Yattermen, thwart their easily every time, sending the trio speeding off into the sunset on their tandem bike. The thing is, the Diobrando gang are way more interesting than the actual heroes. Sorry, Gan-chan and Ai-chan, but they're statically rooting for the good guys to win. We're ready to turn in for this trio of fools. Unsurprisingly, when Yatterman go rep and Tatsunoko vs Capcom, it wasn't just the heroes who became playable characters, but the Doronjo as well. Rocky Kirwin from Kill la Kill. No world's best fun mugs for this lady, even if she's super interesting to watch. Rocky is one of the scariest and most intriguing anime villains to date. Something to share things up for the cast of Kill la Kill. She's also got one of the coolest characters design we have seen in like basically ever, so she's got them going for her. Fighting against the heroes of Kill la Kill means pretty broken, and she most definitely is. Her abilities turn everything we know about the series on its head, and make her all but unbeatable, even in the face of Kamui users. Team Rocket for Pokemon. Speaking of silly anime villains, with his Team Rocket, if you're not blasting off, we got fond memories of Jesse, James, and Meowth. As far back as the first season of Pokemon, like the Diobrando gang of Yattermen, we've been root for the heroes, and we find ourselves turning in largely to say what these three are getting up to. But we also get a lot of opportunities to empathize with these three. Whole episodes take time to tell us about their backstories, from Jesse's history of puberty to how Meowth learned to talk. We find kind of unironically love them, even if they do not need to stop trying to steal Pikachu. Dio for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You thought it was the end of the list, but it was me, Dio. The main and five vampire baddie of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is one of the most famous anime villains out there. He's also one of the most extra, and it's not just because he voiced by the extreme extra Takehito Koyasu Jote does contribute to it. In the early years of the series, Diobrando was mainly there to make the Joestar family's life hell, muscling his way into inheritance and getting people killed. Then he became a vampire, starting having a bunch of illegitimate kids. He became a stand user. And frankly, a lot has changed since the 18,000s in what they say. While Dio may already be out on the commission, his legendary son. Who are your favorite anime villains?